So let's talk for a second about scarcity. Scarcity is a really important part of any offer if you're in a business. Even if you're not running like launches and stuff like that, scarcity is quite an important part of the offer to get right. Unfortunately, it's one of the easiest to get wrong as well. And what's prompted me to kind of make this video is I've seen something recently that's becoming a bit of a trend. It's a bit of a tactic. And I was going to say I don't know how I feel about it, but that would be a blatant lie. I do know how I feel about it. I bloody hate it. So let me explain the tactic first and why I don't like it. So the tactic was very simple. Midway through a sales page, the line of copy was something like, at the moment, I'm running a split test. You're seeing this for $27, but I'm also running it at $37, $47, $97, and maybe $197 as well. In fact, I think this one it was. So you're one of the lucky ones. Oh, you should buy this now because you've got $27. If you hit refresh or come back to this tomorrow, you might not be so lucky. So you get the element of scarcity. And it's a novel and inventive and creative way of doing it. But, and this is the most important thing, how does that make you feel, right? Even not as the marketer, but as the customer. You might think for a second that, oh goody, I've got $27. I'm saving $170 where somebody else is paying $197 for this. You might think that. But I think there's going to be a moment in the purchase when you realise, this is not good. I'm getting the benefit. I'm getting $27. This guy's getting $197 for the same information. This is not good. This is not fair. There's something a little bit off about this. It leaves a bit of a bad taste in the mouth. And I think that's the key for me with scarcity. It's like, how does it make you feel? So there's two questions to ask. If you're ever putting scarcity into your marketing, think about how does it make your customer feel when they take advantage of it? And how does it make you feel to write it down? And I think that one is the biggest indicator for me, because it's like, if I were to write that and tell a lie or say that, oh, previously this course was available for £3 million and it was a blatant lie, I think even writing that down or typing it out on the computer, I'd be making this face. And as you can see, that's not a pretty face to make. So I think that's the ultimate test as a marketer. If at any point during a moment of scarcity, you're trying to ramp it up and it makes you go, ditch it. You've gone too far. That is the line of good taste and you need to dial it back. Don't care what anybody else does. Don't care what gurus are saying works as a marketing technique. Just ignore it. Go back. If it makes you feel, ditch it. Because it's going to come to light anyway. And all these kind of things get found out. And the thing is, it's just lazy because no matter what kind of offer you're running, there is an element of scarcity to it. You can find it. But if you use these lazy ass techniques, you're not digging into it. And you're not really figuring out what's important to your customer. Because even if you don't have a launch sequence, so let's say you've got a course and your course is $197. And let's say if you weren't doing a launch sequence and you said, it's only available once a year, and say it was available evergreen, you might think there's no scarcity there. But there is. You just need to look for it. It's perfectly okay to say, this course has been $197 for the past 3 years. Next year, I'm going to be recording some new videos. I'm going to be adding some new content, so I might increase the price. It's perfectly okay to say that to your list and say that this year, it's available for this price. I can't guarantee it'll be there for that long, but this time next year, when I add the new stuff, it might be more expensive. Not saying either way, but it might be. I'm thinking about raising the price. I think it's only fair. So I'm just letting you know. And the thing is, when you get scarcity right, your customers actually feel grateful that you've mentioned it. If you've got, like 20 years ago, we could meet in hotels and have masterminds and stuff like that and have events. It seems so long ago. But you could do that and you could lick people and have fun and frolic and, rub parts on each other. Them were the days. So if you had an event where only 50 people could come, you should probably tell them that there's only 50 spaces. Because if you don't, and somebody thinks you've hired Wembley Arena, then they're going to feel pretty pissed off if they try to buy a ticket late on when they've got the money and you say, sorry, there was only 50 spaces. They'll be like, well, why the hell didn't you tell me? I would have bought it sooner. I thought there was loads. Oh my God. They're going to feel pissed off. So when you play scarcity right, your customer actually thanks you. And so if you've got an evergreen course, tell them that this is the lowest price it's ever been at. You're not lying, unless you are. But if it is the lowest price it's ever been at, or it's the lowest price you're ever going to sell it for, mention that and then stick to it. Talk about, if you're promoting it to your list, even if it's not a last chance cart closing kind of thing, just mention the fact that this is your last reminder. It's the last time I'm going to talk about my course. Next time I mention it, it'll be a bit more expensive, or it might be a bit more expensive, or I might be taking it off the market. You can talk about might and maybe and still build scarcity. It's not quite up there with gun to the head kind of marketing, but it's up there. So just look at it a little bit deeper. If you want to use scarcity in your marketing, you absolutely should do. And if you have got a genuinely scarce offer in any way whatsoever, it's your duty to let your customers know about it, because they'll be pissed off if they missed out because you didn't tell them it was scarce. And that's the other thing as well. Plug into the customer's need for scarcity. If you've got a weight loss program and it's evergreen, talk about the fact that, how long do you want to wait for this? When is a good time to start losing weight? And, don't be negative about it, but just say, you can start today. By this time tonight, you could have done your first workout and you could have ticked the box and have the mental clarity of know that you're finally on your way to your, dream weight, so you can have the energy to play with your kids in the playground and muck around on the bouncy castle with your 4-year-old without doing this kind of rocking motion to get back up or anything like that. You can tap into the customer's need to achieve the result at scarcity. Get started now. Get immediate access. You can get started today. And it's there. Scarcity is there in every single offer, but don't take the lazy way to do it. If it makes you go, then you've gone too far. So just tap into it, have a think about what your customer cares about, and if you have something that's scarce and you've only got a certain amount of spots, let them know. It's your duty to. That's not sleazy, that's honest marketing. You're being straight up with them. And if anything ever makes you go, ditch it. Hope that's useful. Take care.